Welcome to Elise Jade Nourish. Move well, nourish deeply. When you're ready, roll out your mat. Take a deep breath in. We will begin shortly. Hiya guys, welcome to this tight hip and low back relief class. When you're ready, come on over to face the short side of your mat. Sit your spine nice and long and take your feet out as wide as your mat. Let both knees fall over to the left as you look over to the right, and let both knees fall over to the right as you look over to the left. So a bit of a windshield wipe here, both knees fall left, and both knees fall right. And as you do this, start to welcome a nice big deep breath. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Inhaling as the knees lift and exhale as they come over. We want to use the breath to start to relax the body, relax the muscles so we can get a little deeper into the movements and find a little more release and hopefully a little more relief. As you do this, as the knees come over to the left, try and tap the right knee down as close to the mat as you can. And when the knees come right, tap the left knee down as far as you can. Beautiful. And then we're going to take the feet into diamond position. We're going to inhale, sit nice and tall. And then we're going to go for little flaps of our butterfly, so little bounces of the knees. Just gently getting into the hip, creating a little bit more blood flow and warming up this area of the body. And then we're going to inhale, sit tall. And maybe you stay sitting up and just gently press the knees down and wide. Or you can start to walk your hands away from you, adding a little more length through the body as we get into the hips and the low back. You could also re-put the hands back onto your thighs or your knees and gently guide the knees closer down towards the floor. So you find a version of this diamond fold that works for you. And breathe nice and deep. Inhaling in. Exhale, allow your body to soften into the position. Inhale, big deep breath. Filling the lungs, filling the belly. And then exhale, sit tall to release. From here, you can stay facing where you are. I'm just going to swing to face you. If you're mirroring me, you're going to put your right shin parallel to the edge of your mat. And your left leg is going to go on top. Ankle directly on top of knee. And knee directly on top of ankle. So inhale, sit tall. If you're really stiff in this log pose position, just gently work on pressing that top knee down. And if that top knee is down, you're going to fold forward and get a little deeper into the hips and the low back. So this log position is really good for both getting into the outsides of the hips. And if you're really tight through there, you might feel that stretch refer up into your low back. But the position is important. So it's your left ankle directly on top of your right knee and your left knee directly on top of your right ankle. So if you're not quite feeling it, pause and just check that alignment and check both shins are parallel to the edge of your mat. Inhale, sit tall when you're ready. We're going to take that top leg, that left leg, and land the foot on the floor over the right thigh. Take your right hand onto your left knee, your opposite hand behind you, sit tall and exhale, we take a spinal twist. So inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, twist a little deeper from the belly button, using that hand on your knee to twist a little deeper and the hand behind you to use to press into the floor and sit nice and tall. Again, this will be into the hip and up through the spine. When you're ready, release. We're going to switch the position of the log pose. So this time it'll be left leg on the bottom, right leg on top, ankle on top of knee, and then top knee, on top of bottom ankle. Make sure both shins are parallel to the short edge of the mat, and if it's available to you, start to fold forward. Remember that if you're really stiff through the hips, you don't have to come forward at all. You could sit tall and just gently press the top knee down. And in any of these positions, guys, if you're really tight through the hips and you can't get your bottom down on the floor, grab a pillow or a bolster or some rolled up mats and sit on those. That will make it a little easier to come into the positions if you elevate your bottom a little bit higher. Inhale, sit tall when you're ready, and then take the top foot onto the floor, hug the outside of your thigh, your free hand goes behind you, inhale, sit tall, exhale, twist over your shoulder, twisting from the belly button. Inhale, really stretch tall through the spine so you can create room for rotation here. And then exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper, pulling with that hand on that knee and pushing down with the hand behind you. Inhale, fill the lungs with air, and exhale, release. Great. From here, cross your legs or come into a comfortable seated position. We're going to start to circle the spine in one direction. So bring your body forward, around, extend the spine, and come forward. So either direction, you're just drawing big circles. And we're creating circumduction of the spine. So big circular movements to really get into the mobility of our spine and release a little bit into our hips and our low back. When you're ready, reverse, come forward to the side, extend the spine, really open the body when you come back, and continue. Now these circles can be as big as you like, and I recommend you close your eyes because if you haven't moved like this before, it can feel a little bit odd, but closing the eyes can help us feel into the movement, and it should actually feel really, really nice for the body. And then sit yourself tall when you're done that last circle. Extend your legs wide into a straddle pose, as wide as is comfortable for you. And then we're going to add a side bend. So take your right hand out in front of your right thigh, left hand comes up and over, side bending, and you can take your gaze up to your top hand, or if it's more comfy for your neck, you could look straight forward or down. And we're going to inhale. As you breathe in, the lungs inflate and you get more of a stretch through the intercostal muscles. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, breathe in. Those little muscles between the ribs stretch as you inflate the lungs. Exhale, let it go. And then come forward, take your top hand over on a diagonal. You can stay up on your fingertips or you can walk it out. And we're coming on a diagonal over to the right. So over to the same direction as we were just side bending. And you will likely feel this stretch through your left inner thigh. And again, as always, you just take it as far as you like. If you need to stay up a little higher, stay up. If you want to soften a little further, you can. Walk your hands back up when you're ready. We'll side bend up and over to the left now. Left hand in front of the thigh or the shin. Right hand up and overhead. Inhale, inflate the lungs. Feel that big side body stretch on the right side of your body. And exhale, can you soften a little deeper into the side bend? Again, big breath in, stretching into the right side of the rib cage. Exhale, let it go. Reach through the top fingertips. And then pivot over, coming out on a diagonal. And again, this time it'll be a diagonal to the left. And you come over as far as is comfortable for your body and your hips today. This little bit of a diagonal stretch as well, you may be able to feel into your low back. So as we're coming over to the left, it'll be into the right side of your low back. If you can't feel it, don't worry. You should feel a nice stretch in the inner thighs, however. Inhale, sit tall when you're ready. Exhale, try and keep your knees pointing up here, and we're going to slowly walk our hands away from us. And again, just coming as far as you like and starting to soften and fold. Releasing the body down. Find a big inhale breath. exhale, can you soften a little deeper? Again, letting those muscles relax so that they can effectively lengthen. And then walk your hands back in when you're ready. From here, guys, pivot around to face the short side of your mat, coming over to your knees. And then we're going to come up, take your left foot forward and align your left knee directly over your left ankle. Square up your hips, so right hip comes forward, left hip pulls back, and then land your hands down. Walk your way slowly back to a half split, flexing the toes. You can keep the front knee bent here if you need, and then inhale, come back forward to your runner's lunge. Keep the hips square. Exhale, walk back as far as you're comfortable. Feel that stretch into your left hamstring. Inhale, come forward. Little opening of the chest, drop through the hips. Exhale, come back, flex those toes, getting into the ankle, getting into the calf. Inhale, come forward. Now we're going to get into the hip flexors a little more here. So make sure that knee and ankle are aligned. Sweep your hands up and overhead, lengthening through the body. And this will really target that right psoas. If you're someone who sits at a desk a lot, hip flexors become really tight and sore from staying in that seated position. So we want to lengthen, open through the body and open through the hips. Take your hands down when you're ready. Still getting into the right hip flexor now. We're going to go a little deeper into the left hip. So shuffle your left foot wide. Roll out onto the outside edge of your left foot. And then stay up or come all the way down into your lizard lunge. So coming down onto forearms. So this is beautiful because now we're getting into the outside of the left hip, deeper into the low back, and also still targeting that right psoas. Breathe deep. Inhale. Exhale. Let gravity take a hold a little bit, or as much as possible. Soften the body over. And then when you're ready, walk your hands on up. Shuffle that front foot back and across. So your left foot comes over towards your right hand, coming into pigeon pose. Inhale, open the body. Exhale, wave your body forward. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, take it forward. So a little bit of mobility here for the back. Inhale and open. And exhale when you're ready. Fold forward as far as you're comfortable. Again, up on fingertips, over on forearms. With the pigeon pose, you want your right leg directly down the center of the mat and try to avoid rolling onto the left hip too much. So try and keep your right hip bone down. The further away from you your left shin is, the more intense this will be. So if you need to modify, bring the shin in or just come back to your lizard lunge. You just do what works for your body here. Breathing in and exhaling to come out. Tuck your back toes, lift your body and find your way to a downward facing dog. Hold it here, maybe add some movement, bending and stretching through the knees. Walking it out, or maybe add a little sway of the hips left and right. Great way to get into the low back. And then take your right foot forward. We're going to have knee over ankle in our runner's lunge. Take your hands down and then walk your way back into your half split, flexing your right toes. Inhale when you're ready, take it forward, open the body. And exhale, take it back. Again, if you can't fully straighten the right leg, that's all good. Just come back as far as you can to feel a stretch in the right hamstring. Inhale and forward. Exhale and back. And then we take it forward and we hold. So inhale, opening the body, reaching the hands up if that's comfortable for you. And think about dropping the hips down, keeping that front knee aligned over ankle and keeping the hips square. So that means you want both hip bones pointing forward. and you're trying not to stick your right hip out too far. Take your hands down, shuffle your right foot wide, rolling onto the outside edge of the foot for a lizard lunge. Inhale, open. Exhale, soften and fold if you like. Breathe in. Expand the lungs, expand the belly, and exhale, think about melting down into your mat. Inhale, breathing in. Full diaphragmatic breath right down to the belly. Exhale, let it go. One more breath like this. And on your next exhale, you slowly lift the body, tuck the back toes, and then just shuffle your right foot across so that your right foot is near your left hand. Shuffle back so your left leg is centered. And exhale, we're going to wave the body down. Inhale, wave the body up. Exhale, wave the body down. Inhale and up. If these spinal waves are too much for you, you just leave them out. Exhale and forward. Inhale and up. And then we're going to find our pigeon pose hold. So coming down to forearms if you like here, or staying up on fingertips. Try and keep that left hip down. So try not to roll it up and lift the left hip too much. Take your right shin forward if you need a little more stretch through the right hip, or take your right shin or your right heel in closer towards your pelvis to find a little bit less intensity. And breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling. And releasing when you're ready. Slowly coming up, grounding the palms. Tuck the back toe. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale when you get there, lengthen the body. And then exhale, take your hands in, walk your feet as wide as the mat. If you're tight through the hips, you can come into a half squat, adding some movement, or a half squat, pushing the knees wide, or come down to your full deep squat and add a little movement left and right. Really, really great way to get into the hips, the low back, and not only release the low body, but also create a little bit of strength and mobility here. And then we're going to keep the heels grounded. We're going to hold in stillness now. Take the palms together. Use the elbows or the triceps to push the knees wide. Inhale, lengthen your body. Exhale, soften into your hips. So inhale, keep your body tall. Exhale, let the hips relax down towards the floor. 2 more breaths like this. Really getting deep into the inner thighs. Feeling some relief through the low back. If it's too intense at any point, you could also sit on a pillow or a bolster here. And then take the hands down and make your way to a comfortable seated position, cross-legged or kneeling. We're going to inhale, sweep the hands wide and up, lengthen through the body. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, big breath in, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me here today, guys. I hope you found a little bit of relief, and I will see you again soon. Bye. If this practice supported you, please join me anytime. Like and subscribe to stay up to date with new content. On Elise, Jade, Nourish.